Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube.
I'm back.
We're doing a boy talk part 2 today.
I've hurt my neck so bad.
Do you think you gave good advice last time?
I gave great advice, and that's why everyone was like, do you know what, we need a part 2. So here I am, I'm here to help you with all your relationship dilemmas.
It's not really relationships, it's just like boys.
It's relationships, it takes 2 to tango.
Oh, okay.
You married? Slay the boat house down.
Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to start off. This one is a bit of a brutal one, and I actually can't give any advice on this because this has never happened to me.
Hit me with it, honey.
I love my boyfriend so much, but his you-know-what smells every time I see him. What do I do? Why does that area of the boy smell? Because I've never, experienced that.
Probably just because they're not washing it.
That's why it smells.
You need to, pull your foreskin back and wash it, yeah. TMI though, maybe, but...
Maybe you should ask your BF if he knows how to wash his...
Yeah, but then he's obviously going to know why she's asking. I feel like...
I think sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. Like, say if George has BO, I'll just go, George, you have BO.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Because if that was me, I'd rather someone just tell me.
I feel like she should flip it, and here's a plan. We should have shower intimacy, but we've been out all day, so why don't we wash really well and then do it? And then worst way, help him wash it.
Stop making it.
That's fair, no?
I just can't think.
You're asking for the advice, honey. I'm giving it. I think that's a good way.
So if your willy smell, and then I said to you, your willy smells, would you be offended?
Yeah.
Oh.
But then I'd also be like, I'm obviously not cleaning it. So they either need to be cruel to be kind, as you said, or flip it and make a plan. Be like, yeah, let's do shower stuff. And then that's the way you get him in the shower and get him to clean it. That's clever, I think.
Okay.
I think that was a good bit of advice from me.
Next one. Bestie has been with her boyfriend for 10 years and he's horrible to her and I hate him. Help. 10 years. That is a long, long time. We're nearly at 2.
I mean...
We're nearly at 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually 2 years ago yesterday that we met.
Oh,
for the first time.
Now that you know, that is so cute.
When it came up on my memories and we were at the rave. That means I must have bumped into you then.
Oh.
10
years and he's horrible to her.
I mean, it's hard, right? I know it's bad. She might be used to him speaking to her like that. So that's why she doesn't think the boyfriend's horrible. Whereas her best friend sees it from an outsider point of view. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, no, he's speaking to you like horrible. But if they've been together 10 years, she might be like, no, that's the way he speaks to me. Which isn't right. But that might be where she's obviously not seeing it from. For you, though, it's hard to get involved. If they're 10 years in, it sounds like it's a forever thing. I know obviously things can change, but do you know what I mean? 10 years is a long time. That sounds like end game vibes. So
if it was my friend, I would phrase it in a way that was like, I don't like how he spoke to you in that moment. Or be like, why did he speak to you like that? Rather than accuse, maybe just give your slight opinion.
Yeah, question, but then
ask why. Say, oh, it's why did he seem angry in that moment or something? Does he get angry easily?
I think that stuff always depends on the person as well, doesn't it? Because that could happen, then she could go back and tell him and be like, oh, I don't know, so-and-so said, ask why you spoke to me like that, and then they could be like, why the f*** she asked you? Do you know what I mean? And then it's beefy. Just got to be careful in them situations. Guys, I'm not going to lie, I'm giving some good advice here. Maybe I should be an agony aunt.
We've been dating for 5 months and we're still not together. Am I being dramatic?
Nah.
I'd say... I've seen this happen to 2 of my friends and they've been dating guys for years and they never got together. And the guy's been like, well, I never asked you, so you should just assume. So maybe you should ask him.
Yeah, you should ask him where you stand because I don't know. It could be a case of he might think you're together like that, but because no one's ever said it, he's just like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that
maybe
could
he
be...
thinks he doesn't have to ask.
Yeah, he might be like, oh, I just thought we were together, like I didn't have to ask. Which is
That's
fair.
so boy-coded, isn't
yeah,
it?
which is fair though, like if you're basically together
it's
for
not
5
fair.
months.
That's...
But it could also be, I don't know, that, yeah, he doesn't want to be... But then it makes no sense, because I'm like, you're with someone for 5 months, why would you waste that much time with them?
Boys do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boys do
I can't really help with that, because I can't, like, relate to that. Like, that's just weird to me. I'm trying my best to help here.
There is this guy who was a bit weird. No, there is a guy who was a bit obsessed with me, and it's weird. Any advice, please?
That sounds like stalkerish vibes.
Yeah.
It's hard, really. You could say... I don't know, it depends on the person. If he is genuinely, like, a weird person, I wouldn't advise going to him, you're weird. Don't think, because he'd probably get weirder. But if he's, like, a normal guy, but he's just, like, a little bit obsessed with you, I would say, like...
I just ignore him.
Yeah, I'm not into you, or, like, ignore him, or tell him that this ain't, like, making you feel uncomfortable and that.
I would block, ignore, and if he said why, I'd be like, because I think you're weird. I would just literally block him. That is what I would do.
That is, yeah.
That's brutal, but...
That's a very brutal girl-coded thing to do.
But you don't want to get stalked.
No, but that could make him...
You need to show you're vicious.
That could drive him to be crazier. That's what you got to be careful about. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think just scare him off.
You never know.
If a guy says he's not ready for a relationship, does that really mean he's just not into me?
I don't know. It all comes down to circumstances, doesn't it?
That's how I would feel.
But then, like, if he's got a really...
You're so close to the camera.
But if he's got a really busy job, what if he's like a really busy guy, he travels a lot, this, that and the other, and he's like, I'm not ready for a relationship, or I just don't want one at the minute, like...
But do you not think that just insinuates that you want to get with other people?
I feel like, though, you say that, but what if someone's job is to travel around for various reasons?
They shouldn't be talking to people if they're so busy.
I think that's fair. I don't think it always means that someone's not into you and that. I think it's quite a pick-me way of looking at it, actually. Like, oh, they hate me. They can't have me. Like, just be like, okay, they might have... Just assess your options, I think, with stuff like that. Assess the options.
Don't talk to them. Is it okay to date multiple people casually?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it starts getting a bit... if you start having sex with them people. Because that's...
What?
Going out actually on physical dates and speaking to multiple people, I think is fine.
I think it's fine to date multiple people at the same time as long as you're not exclusive with somebody else. Because exclusive is when you're like... It's like the stage before getting into a relationship.
Exclusive, so funny.
So there's meeting, dating, exclusive and relationship in my world. And like, if you're exclusive...
How old are you? Like...
So, listen. So me and George were dating, right? He then goes straight away into asking me to be his girlfriend. And I was like, whoa.
No, I didn't ask you.
We're not even exclusive.
I was going to ask you, and I was like, how would you feel if we were in a relationship? You're like, well, you haven't even asked me to be exclusive. And I was literally, bearing in mind, we were at the Shard, having a lovely meal. I treated her proper nice, and she was like, you haven't even asked me to be exclusive.
I just thought you were bougie.
And I was like, what? Like, there's this now? There's this stage? It's not a stage.
To me, there's a stage because you could still be talking to other people, and like, I think that you need to know. It's easier that way because then you know exactly which stage you're at, because you could think you're exclusive with someone and the other person could be like, have been on a date with someone the night before.
Yeah, as long as everyone's on like the same playing field. And
so yes, it's okay.
Yeah,
as long as everyone is open and honest with each other. And there's no exclusivity. Why do you keep taking your nose up at this?
It's my opinion. You have an opinion. I have an opinion.
He's just butthurt.
About what?
About our exclusive chat.
About how I got you. Thanks.
What is the number one red flag in a guy?
in a guy? Surely you should answer that. Why do I have to answer that? What?
I think it's like from a guy's opinion. No?
I
say lie. When they lie. Lie about small things.
I say a guy who is always going to clubs. I think, because like, I didn't used to do it, to be fair. I don't know why I was going to say that. I've never been that guy, but like, I know people who have done that or still do it, and realistically, the only reason they're sitting around a table trying to act cool and wearing all their real designer stuff is because they want girls. Do you know what I mean? Like, why else would you go? Oh, let's just go to a club full of girls in dresses just to talk to my mates.
I think George is also talking about a specific type of person right now. Like, when we say real designer, I don't hate on like dupe designer stuff. It's more so like guys will wear this dupe stuff, act like it's real, spend like $3,000 on a bottle. Is that what you mean? Are they the kind of guys you mean?
Yeah, but loads of people do that. Even down to the people who, even if it was a really normal guy and they didn't wear fake stuff and that, and they were going to like out every weekend, probably like 99% of the time
So you're saying a clubber?
They're hoping to get a girl. That's what I think anyway. What about you? Lies?
Yeah, little lies.
Wow.
Oh, George, did you like someone's bikini photo? No? Me? I never said that. And then the name's right there.
What? I never knew that. One of them.
Anyway. Guy has came back after ghosting me. What does this mean?
Oh my god, your turn to ghost him. Am I right or am I right? Chat to him for like a couple of days and then ghost him. Come on, it's your turn now. You do to him what he done to you. If someone did that to me, right, I would and they ghost me and then I realise they ghost me, I'd be like, you know what? Fair enough.
Have you ever been ghosted?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
How? Just they never replied?
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it works, isn't it?
I've never been ghosted.
Just like, hello. Oh, hello.
Maybe I have, but I didn't get the hint, or maybe I'd just be so annoying that they had to reply.
Yeah, I think that's what I did. I think that's what happened with me, you know. I think I was so annoyed and they were just like, oh yeah, this isn't going to work. So technically I didn't get ghosted because I was just so annoyed.
That's definitely what I did.
Hello. Like a story. Hello.
Like a story while they're ignoring you.
Then it was, hey, yeah, this just won't work. Okay. One of them. You know what I'm saying?
So George,
but now I don't need to be ghosted because I have my lollipop.
That's my ghost.
Okay, if you ghosted, that would kind of be terrifying. Because I think you'd be like gotten kidnapped.
How funny is this, guys? I actually ghosted my whole school before.
Oh my god, this story's crazy. She told me on a dog walk. But actually, to be fair, you have told me this story quite a lot.
I was literally...
But she told me it again the other day, and it's actually really fun. Well, it's not funny, actually. If I was your best friend, I'd have been so sad.
I said that wasn't my best friend, I was just her best friend.
I don't know who Lauren thought she was in school, but it sounds crazy.
Basically, when I was in year 9, my parents were moving house. Like, I was moving area completely. And I knew I was moving school for ages, right? I never told anyone. I didn't tell a soul. Not any of my friends. I acted like I was completely normal. I walk out
crazy.
On my last day of school and I just say to one person, he was like sitting next to me.
I'm going to see you again.
He was like one of my friends. I was like, by the way, I'm never going to see you again. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm moving school. And I literally deactivated my Instagram, deactivated my Snapchat, my Twitter, made whole new accounts, moved school. I already knew everyone at my new school because I'd met them on a school cruise.
You're crazy.
And got them to add all my accounts. It was like I just rebranded myself. And then years later, I actually met... bear in mind, I'm in year 9, right? I don't know what was going on, why I was so calculated in this decision.
Oh god.
I then went to Flannels and met a girl. It was like a whole area team night out thing. And she was like, oh my god, why on earth did you never tell me you were moving school? You were my best friend. I was so upset and I went, You weren't my best friend. I was just your best friend.
It's like you're a thingy.
Jenny, even though she wasn't my best friend, she was horrible.
It's like you were acting like you're a...
In a movie?
Yeah, like a pop star.
Maybe I was watching some, like, really intense series or something. Yeah. So I have ghosted my whole entire school before.
Well, yes.
Watch out, George.
That's what I was saying though. If you ghosted me, I'd be like, Lauren's been kidnapped, considering we have a house together and a dog and a car and stuff like that. I'd be like, she's literally been snatched. But hopefully that won't happen. You know what I mean?
If he follows tons of Instagram models but barely likes their photos, does it matter?
I think with this one, it all depends really. If they're Instagram models, you kind of know what content they're going to be posting. But like, we kind of had it, to be fair, didn't we? Where I followed people that had then turned to OnlyFans, and you were like, oh no, I don't actually like this. And I was like, yeah, no, I'll unfollow it. But when I first followed them, they were either like actual friends that I saw at events.
No, but it's different for you. What I'm like, because George knows obviously influencers, but like the normal guy, he's never going to know these influencers. He's never going to talk to them.
I guess once you're in a relationship, you should just unfollow them. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, realistically, I've seen my friends' phones and their explore pages and that, and they'll literally just, like, find someone in a bikini and just, like, follow them straight away. They're never probably going to ever see them. But,
really?
But you're like, why are you following them? You know why, because they've got, like, their arse and tits out, whatever. Especially when you're single, do you know what I mean? So, I think...
Your friends just go through explore page and follow girls.
Yeah. To be fair, though, that's how I basically found you. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean? I was on your explore page. No, you didn't find me through that.
I didn't.
You found me through a friend.
A comment section.
A mutual friend.
Mutual friend. I won't call him a friend.
He was my friend.
He wasn't my friend. I was his friend. No.
He was my friend, but he didn't want to be friends with me when I got with you.
But yeah, that's what I'd say to that. I guess that is something you have a conversation with as well when I feel like you're quite serious with someone. I wouldn't go in straight.
It is an ick though, isn't it? If you're looking, imagine if you were looking for my phone and it was like topless guys flexing in the gym.
But it's different. It is different because guys don't really do that. Girls are just so normal to like get their thingies out, like just get like in a bikini and.
I know, but I'm not saying that's a bad thing. There's a difference between a bikini pic and like Instagram models. Loads of Instagram models.
Yeah. No, that's true. But do you know what I mean?
I'd say it's a red flag. I'd say
it's definitely a red flag.
I think they're a perv.
But you've got to make. I just wouldn't.
They basically are a perv. Like your friend said, they'll see someone in a bikini and.
Yeah, no, but let me speak. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't say to someone straight away when you first like seeing them, why is all that on your phone? Like, give it until you're kind of serious, and then you'd say, do you know what I mean? You'd be like, okay, we've been together like 4 months, 5 months, whatever, 6 months, and like it's still on your phone. Like,
you're better than me if you do that. I'd say it as soon as I seen it. I can't hold my tongue.
As you can tell.
It's the best way to be. How do I stop stalking my ex's socials? I check all day, every day.
Oh, that's fucking crazy. You literally just need to block them. Like, out of sight, out of mind. Get on with your life. Like, if they're an ex, I don't know what's happened. They might have dumped you and you're hung up by it, but you're going to be even more hung up if you're literally stalking their Insta pretty much.
Apparently.
Just block them.
Apparently, when you stalk people, you get So when you stalk someone and someone uploads something, it gives you like a dopamine of some sort.
That's so weird.
It gives you like a...
Like a high.
And I think people get addicted to that feeling. Yeah, I've actually read that somewhere before. So maybe just start stalking someone else.
No, just block them and get the dopamine high from someone else. Go on a run. Get a runner's high. Don't stalk your ex.
I would just think...
Also, I'm not going to lie.
I would just never want my ex to see me looking at his stuff. I would never give someone that satisfaction.
Yeah, like, I'm not being horrible, but like, I personally would find that a bit embarrassing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I would never want...
And I don't want whoever's writing this to feel embarrassed. You shouldn't... Like, don't be embarrassed, but don't put yourself in the position to be embarrassed. And that could, because as Lauren's saying, if he's seeing or she's seeing your thingy on his stories, watching the stories and start screenshotting and showing other people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If I seen my ex, for example, or someone I spoke to looking at my stuff and they don't follow me, I would screenshot it and send it to everyone and be like, lol. I would just do that. If a guy asks to split the bill on the first date, is that a deal breaker?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Because you don't know anything about that person really, like on a deeper level. It could be a financial situation, it could be this, like they might just genuinely not have the money to pay for it but really wanted to go on a date with you. And if you're sitting there with a Gucci bag, I'm sure you paying half wouldn't be the end of the world. I get the principle of, oh my God, they should pay on the first date, I get that, but sometimes it's not always the case.
It's not about money, but it's about being a gentleman, and I don't think that's very gentlemanly.
But they might...
If you don't have enough money to take me to Nando's, let's go on a walk. It doesn't need to be about money. I'm dating a guy who's amazing in person but cringy on social media.
That's fine.
No, is it?
Yeah, because it's...
Have you seen George's social media?
But if it was the other way...
What do you think about me?
If it was the other way round, it would be a lot harder for someone to change them in person. Do you know what I mean? So normally it is the other way round, isn't it? Like you see people online and then you see them in person and you're like, God, like online they're like this fucking, I'm sick guy, and then you meet them and you're like, God, you're so boring. So at least it's the other way round. In person he's actually really cool. You just got to train him to use socials better. That's what I'd say.
So don't put that filter on.
Yeah, just be like, oh babe,
don't use them emojis.
That pose, yeah, like.
Get my name out your bio.
Yeah. Living in London, love life, live, love, love.
Stop flexing.
Love my lollipop.
Less of the topless pic.
Yeah, like... Yeah. It's not awful, that, though. You can train them to be a better online person. What about if they got
angry? How would you go about that, though? I don't know how I'd say it.
Well, if they got angry, I'd be like, okay... If you genuinely think using the eggplant emoji to comment back to your mates is cool.
Oh my God, you know what I find hilarious? When all the boys from our area home do this, no hate, no shade, but tea, they will all comment a photo and every single boy saying comment show, like, fire bro, yeah bro.
I used to do that.
Like fire emoji, sick bro.
That's my
this
dog.
Emoji. I'm like, oh my God, they're like my brother. I'm like, that is so crazy. Oh.
Yeah, but then girls are like, what do they say? Like,
slay, Pooka Princess.
Yeah, like, oh my God, stun, gorge, slay. I threw up. This is so hot. Wow. Oh my God. 5, 6, 7, 8. Like,
do guys get cringed up by that?
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Like, oh my God, kiss me right now. Oh my God, if I was like a lesbian, I would love you. Like, what? Just fucking say, oh, you look so pretty, or oh, cutie pie, or love this photo. Like, are you really going to be commenting like that when you're like 60 to your mates?
I feel like people genuinely will in this day and age.
Well, I hate Gen Z then. I don't, to be fair. I like it.
Like, what are you on about?
Don't touch me like that. Why have you got a mark there?
Probably from Eric.
Oh, you got a little few hairs there.
Stop embarrassing me on my dog.
Why don't you cut this out? It's not live, is it?
Anyway, I think that's all.
Is there any more? Is there one more or not?
You want to do one more? Should I try having a juicy one? I have a really long one somewhere.
Oh, gosh.
I have a really long one. What is your advice for handling mixed signals? One day he's texting me all day, the other day he's not. That's basically what it says.
I would say, play him at your own game. Play him at his own game. If he wants to be like that back to him. Then maybe see where he's at. He might actually start being like, weird, like, why are you doing that to me? Or he might be like, you might split apart. I'd play him at his own game. If he's allowed to do that to you, you do that to him and see how he likes it.
What type of relationship is that?
It's not a relationship, instead of talking to him, no.
What type of talking is that?
Well, exactly, it's not worth your time.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if he's doing that, that's fine, but he's just not worth your time. And then and then you're not wasting any time. There's a lot of things going on outside, guys. But I think we're going to round it up there.
I'm sick of talking about these nasty ass boys.
Not all boys are bad.
Most of them, but not all of them.
That's how I feel about boy talk today. It couldn't be me. Couldn't be us, sorry. Find a George Beggs and your life will be so amazing and great.
Not this one.
Like someone else like me. Preferably...
Not you.
The name George Bliggs or Blogs, not
George
the actual...
Blogs. What did someone call you the other day? Someone, oh my God, there's George Biggs.
Biggs. Should be George Smalls. I've got a bad neck.
Anyway, guys, if you want a part 3, I don't know if you do, but...
I have not agreed to this.
I hope at least some of our opinions help some of you. Thank you for sending all your dilemmas. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, comment if you want to see George.
Bye, guys.